The next outcrop we're in is Snowblind Creek, which is what you can just see in the horizon. We're off on a little tributary of that, and the valley is absolutely huge. It's really steep-sided. We're talking like 50 degrees there at steepest, and then you've got this cliff halfway down the slope before you even get to the river. So you can see Anthony there as a scale. And the rocks here are really quite unique for what we've seen on this trip so far, and that is because we've got a lot of really dark shales, and they are so dark that they represent a really deep marine sequence, and they have a load of oil inside them as well. So even just standing out here, you can smell the oil on everything that you touch. And unfortunately for me, I didn't take my gloves off when eating something, so taste as well, so that's quite nasty. But the preservation of the fossils herein has been absolutely amazing, and this is my pile, and I have got absolutely tons of Eurypterid bits, and it's been a dream for me because what we're actually getting are sea scorpions, but without any problems with the preservation. So this fragment here, if I can zoom in on it, which I can't. Oh great, this is going to make a great video. So that fragment there, all of these patches, the cuticle is in the rock, but it's not actually part of the rock itself. It's actually free and it's flexible, which is so rare. It's like the dream come true for me. And Martin, if I could just borrow your pen knife for a sec. If I just get the blade out of this knife, I'll show you with this bit here. Okay, I pulled the scissors out by accident, but they'll do. I mean, I'm doing this on the fly. This is improvised. So, if you can see this bit here, can you see that moving around? That is the cuticle of a sea scorpion. It is not attached to the rock at all. If I wanted to, I could just get some tweezers and just flake that right back. And there's been so much stuff coming out of these rocks here, just where Emma is, and all of it is like that. At first I wasn't really sure if what I was seeing was cuticle or like some bacterial film or something like that, but I've since seen all of the telltale signs that say that it is cuticle, and that's some of the ornamentation on the cuticle itself, like some patterns. The big pterygoted Eurypterids have scales on it, and the smaller carcinosomatid Eurypterids have kind of like leopard prints on. So it's been really easy once I noticed that ornament to be able to say like, yes, this bit is Eurypterid. And unfortunately, with so much of it being preserved in a way where it's not stuck to the rock, I've actually cracked a few rocks open, been like, is this cuticle, yes or no, and hold it up to the light, and before I knew it, the wind had got a hold of it and actually blown the fossil off the rock. I mean, how many times can you say that you found the fossil and the wind has blown it away? Which is a crazy situation to be in, that the rock is preserved, the fossils are preserved so well, but that they can be lost in the wind. And this is a bit that I'm just working on at the minute, and see if I can make this a little bit lighter. Don't know if you can see on here, there's a big spine of a Eurypterid there, and likewise if I wanted to, I could just get a pair of tweezers and just peel that straight off the rock. And for me, it's just an absolute dream come true to be able to find all of this stuff. In what was like the second part of our trip, we almost didn't even make it out this far. We were going to stay behind, potentially even going home early, but to be able to come here and find something that in my academic time has just been my sole purpose, to find Eurypterids preserved so well, is just unbelievable. And the weather almost beat us, and we almost didn't make it out of the tents. Looks like some more weather's coming in right now actually. It's looking a bit misty over on the horizon there. So yeah, I feel so lucky and I'm just hoping now that I can get everything labelled up and a write-up of where we are and what we found all done in the fields before we get back to camp and have forgotten half the stuff. But yeah, feeling absolutely on top of the world, so brilliant.